In addition to the Brewers opening their 2024 season on Thursday, the call to play ball is also going out this week on high school softball and baseball diamonds across Wisconsin. But there's a challenge facing these youth sports in our state. Not enough umpires. A.J. Blyteport found one group looking to change that, with a passion for the game that's even greater than their knowledge.
Play ball!
In many ways,
the ball, don't strike.
Umpiring is the art of not getting noticed.
The best game that you could possibly have is if nobody remembered that you did the game.
That might seem strange for a sport where the officials are always saying something, but for these arbiters in blue, the stakes have never been higher.
I would say that it's a little more challenging because the teams are getting better, the players are getting better, but that means the expectations are getting higher.
David Farou is in charge of training for the Wisconsin Umpires Association. This 12-week program in Greenfield is aimed at addressing a shortage of umps in youth baseball and softball.
We're about to hit some time of retirements, and as officials decide that it's time for them to retire, we are going to need younger officials to come in and fill those gaps.
Kate Peterson-Abiad oversees the licensing of officials for the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association. She says the WIAA is trying to get back to the staffing levels it had for the 2009-10 school year. In softball, the number of umps has fallen by about 300. As for baseball, the overall number is closer to the target, but note how many of those umpires are students. Typically, they're not experienced enough to handle the biggest games. A shortage is what got Adam Mizurik involved. He volunteered to fill in for a Southside Spanish league that didn't have enough umps in exchange for his son getting free lessons.
Just a baseball guy trying to help out the community, and it led to me wanting to take the class to do a better job and then to get paid to do it.
When it comes to finding more Adams, the biggest obstacle is bad behavior.
I had a parent throw a bottle at me. The game was over and he wasn't happy with the result and how his son played.
The National Association of Sports Officials, which is based in Racine, surveyed more than 35,000 referees and umpires nationwide. 68% of those officials said sportsmanship is getting worse, with the worst offenders being parents.
And it landed right at my feet, and then he challenged me to a fist fight if I would walk off the field towards him, and of course I did not.
Even without outside distractions, these umps are learning that keeping your eye on the ball is not enough.
You think you know the game until you're asked to do it in a different role. Same thing I thought when I started coaching. I thought, oh, I played, I know everything. Not the case.
In this 12-week course, the Umpires Association tries to cover all of the bases.
So tuck that right arm in. Practicing balls and strikes in there is just a small part of training. In fact, the session on this night is 3 hours long. The balls and strikes part was just 1 hour of it. The other 2 hours are spent in the classroom.
Time! Point to the pitcher. That's a balk.
While these trainees go over the finer points of the sport, a lot of this lecturing is meant to help umpires master human interaction rather than the rule book.
It's 4 nights where we're talking about verbal deflection, better communication.
For Farou, even after 22 years of umpiring and 11 years of training, this is something he will never take for granted.
I had my lower left leg amputated due to infection.
Farou says it was 2020, and like many of us, he decided the best thing to do was stay at home. Unfortunately, he let the infection linger longer than he should have. However, getting back behind the plate was the only acceptable fate.
After 20 months of working hard and with the help of my family and friends, I was able to come back in April of 2022.
Farou worked 120 games that year.
And I was pretty proud of that.
When trying to find and train a few good umps, it helps to have leaders truly dedicated to the cause.
I'm going to umpire until I physically can't do it anymore.